Yeah.
What is it? That quote? It's like Winston Churchill said it, or like, I don't know how to define porn, but I know it when I see it. I feel like it's like
Winston
that.
Churchill.
Or like, was it Winston Churchill? I don't know. I know somebody.
I don't know what pornography is on the beaches.
But I know
But
what
I know
it
it
is.
when I see it.
Yeah, it's like appropriation. It's like, that to
I would
me is not
listen
offensive.
to that speech to go to sleep every single night.
Yeah,
You're going to win the
amazing.
war.
Also,
Thank you.
really good Winston Churchill.
Thank you.
Should we do the thing?
Let's do the thing.
Do the thing.
Welcome to Witchcast.
Welcome to Witchcast.
Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Kate.
And we're your hosts.
Yes, we're the hosts of Witchcast Podcast. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2.
Season 2, Episode 2.
Two twos. Wow. We'll get into the numerology another time.
Yeah, I was about to sing that Taylor Swift song and then realized that I should not sing anything with rights issues on here, especially not Taylor Swift.
Who's gonna tell?
She will sue me.
Oh yeah, that's right. She is very particular, I think,
I feel like
about
she's
that
very
stuff.
litigious, right?
Yes. Well, that's why the whole Spotify thing.
Yeah, the whole Spotify thing. Although she's on there now, so who knows?
Right. Well, people complained. Anyway. Well, so for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, go back and listen to the rest of our episodes. But we are two funny comedians / casual witches, and we're into learning more stuff about the wide world of witch-related things.
Yeah, we are learning about witch stuff. We're doing our best out in the world.
Yeah, we're really exercising those Googling skills.
Talking topic by topic through all of witchcraft.
All of it. There's so much. Anything kind of occultish, pagan-y, spiritually, witch-related. There's so much. And today,
we're
our topic,
talking sex magic.
Sex magic. And we have a very special guest. So because also we're learning, we like to bring in someone who knows more than us about the topic to speak about their experiences and what they know. And so our guest today, I'm very excited to bring a very funny comedian and performer and paganist. Pagan? Just pagan.
Yeah.
Adrian Sexton.
Hi.
Welcome. Thanks for being
We're
here.
so good at this. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I feel like I was saying before, you and I emailed like months ago.
Mhm.
So it's nice to finally have you on.
Yeah.
This is great.
Especially about such a cool topic. I knew nothing about this. I didn't even know it existed, quite honestly,
Ooh.
until this week. until you emailed us about it. And then we
I
did
do this
research.
thing called sex magic. And it's like, what?
So cool. Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, obviously I had heard about like tantric sex and like that kind of thing, but I didn't realize it was a practice.
Very different.
Yeah.
I knew about it because there's a song about sex magic that I listened to.
Actually, that song has been in my head all week because
me too.
of this topic.
What's the name of that band? Is it Twin Temple?
I believe
I want to give them a shout out for being so great.
Let me bring up our Hex Yes Spotify playlist.
Oh,
We have an official playlist. Oh, we have 8 followers.
What?
That's so exciting.
That's really exciting.
Official playlist, as in Emily and I created a collaborative playlist on Spotify that we both added a bunch of music to that we like that's like witchy. And Emily found this band. I'm looking. Yes, it is Twin Temple. You were right.
Yeah.
They have
Also,
great music.
The child upstairs is running back and forth, I think.
Oh, is
so.
that what it is? It's a child?
Well, sometimes it's a child and sometimes it's not, but I think that sound
But
is
they
the
do
child.
have a child.
There is a child that lives upstairs.
So that makes sense, because before I thought it was just literally 2 grown-ups doing like calisthenics.
Oh. No. Yeah. It's like a preteen boy, I think.
Oh, so that might as well have a baby horse up there.
Yeah, just every now and then there's like the sound of I don't know if it's Legos or what, but like something just like splashing across the
Angels
floor.
bowling.
Yeah. But it's nice and everybody is nice.
I think it adds a nice little je ne sais quoi.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you can really hear the space.
Yeah. You know where we are.
If you're using echolocation, maybe it helps. But yeah, Twin Temple, very cool band. They sing about Satanism and sex magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have a song called
Which
Sex
are
Magic.
not necessarily associated things, but
No.
they specifically are interested in both of them.
Yeah. And it's catchy music.
And it's catchy.
Didn't you how did you discover them? It was playing at a bar?
Yeah, I was hosting trivia at like a bar in a very fancy private club hotel. And after everybody left, the guys started playing this band, and I was like, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
I need it for my life.
Yeah.
Because they were listening to like Sex Magic.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait, this is really cool because like it sounds like regular music, but then when you listen to the words, but it's like it's very catchy and they're very talented. The artist that makes this, and I will listen to it. We can all listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Check it out. You can check it out on our Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow. You'll have
8
9 followers.
Woo. Good. I like that number.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think in fairness, one of the followers might be me. Since
It's okay. It's still more than just you and me.
Yeah,
which is a big deal.
That's more than enough.
Honestly, we're just always floored that people listen to anything we do. We're still so grateful. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I don't care.
No, I get really floored whenever when we get a review or someone texts me, they're like, I've been listening. I was like, people are listening to this. So
People
well.
care.
Yeah.
It delights me to know it.
It's really nice. It's very nice. So anyway, Sex Magic. We're here to talk about Sex Magic specifically because there's so much. You practice a lot of different. Well, not a lot, but you practice several different kind of.
Yeah, I would guess I would call myself an eclectic witch in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to keep it open where it's just being inspired by something or following a certain thing because I don't really like organized religion as it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
a healthy
having
suspicion of organized religion, I think, is very
Exactly.
good.
Yes.
You know,
Agreed.
and like growing up Catholic, which is just paganism appropriated. It's just
Right?
like, it's just,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Because all the things that I liked about Catholicism were the things that they stole from the pagans.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to necessarily, that's why I say pagan, because I'm not a Wiccan. I'm,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know. Well, we talk about this a lot. I feel like when we've been discovering, it's like just how varied and vast this world is. How many different, and that's what I think why people are drawn to and why we are, because it's not organized. There are certain sects that are dogmatic, but not every,
Right. Yeah.
It's really up to the practitioners, up to what you believe, what works for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's really awesome.
Like if you get initiated into a specific coven, maybe you have to follow that.
Right.
Well, you do have to follow their things, but in terms of broader religion, you don't have to be in a coven to be a practicing witch.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to do anything.
You certainly don't have to be any specific coven in order to consider yourself.
So how long have you been practicing sex magic?
When I thinking back about what I've done, I think I've been doing it all this time and not really realizing what it was.
Yeah,
Even like being a teenager and like, masturbating and thinking about like whoever I had a crush on, and then that person manifests themselves closer in my life, and it's like, oh my God, or and then like
oh my God, he knows I masturbated too.
he knows.
That's awesome.
Everyone knows.
Or she.
Right.
The
Or
12-year-old in me was like, you can do that.
what? Yeah. Or even if it's just like, a particular celebrity and then you meet a guy who looks like that celebrity. But then like really harnessing that power, as it were, more so, I guess, in the past year when I've really just sort of been like, let's put the pedal to the metal, as it were.
Yeah.
And
Let's lean in, so to speak.
yes, lean in. ladies. And let's see what happens. And it's, I'm here to report that good things happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I mean, I think that's something that really fascinates me is tracking the success of these things. And I think a lot of it has to do with awareness, because I was just thinking back, I'm like, I used to masturbate to people all the time as a kid. Like, did any of that? But you don't even, we talk about this in our like psychic and mediums episode about like cognitive dissonance, this idea of like something weird or coincidence happens and you just immediately brush it away.
Right.
But you
actually, then if you look at it, there is magic in the world, and it is happening around us.
Yeah.
Just tuning into it and being aware of it is
Yeah.
what's key.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to dive deeper into this. So I have the history this week. So I focused really on just Western, the history of Western sex magic. Like I mentioned, there's a whole big slew of research that we could do and talk about in terms of Tantra and like what kind of Western magic, sex magic kind of took bits and pieces of, redefined, like filtered down, and made for their own use, but I feel like that should be its own episode. That's like a whole other
because
big
tantric
thing.
sex is part of a whole religion
Yes.
and like
It's like a set of practice. So tantra's like a set of practices I
that
think.
are not necessarily sex related, right?
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, no, yeah, and also it's. Well, I'll go into it. So
You don't have to.
I'll talk about it. No, I was just like, I started to get overwhelmed because I was like, ugh, there's actually so much with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, in terms of sex magic in the Western world, it's any type of sexual activity used in magical, ritualistic, or otherwise religious or spiritual pursuits. One practice of sex magic is using the energy of sexual arousal or orgasm with visualization to get a desired result. And Emily will talk further, I think, more into like how you do it, especially I'm sure you will as well. So I won't get too far into that. But the sexualization of spirituality is a really long-standing tradition. I think actually it's probably been since the dawn of time, right? In most non-Western religious traditions, it's really prominent in Hindu tantric yoga, which really strongly influenced Tibetan Buddhism. Sex was utilized as a means to unite with the goddess in one of her several guises. It also is in Chinese Taoist traditions when it was integrated into speculations of longevity and immortality. So it goes into a lot. Tantra itself, like, it's also in Japanese Shinto traditions. Like, it's kind of all over the Eastern diaspora in terms of the history of that spirituality and that idea. So that will be another episode, I think, because it's just, we don't have time. But what I focused on is in the West, because we were saying this earlier, I think it's really interesting. Obviously, sexual activity was in the Western world historically has always been kind of deemed as sinful and bad. And also with the rise of Christianity, of course, so was magic and paganism. So it's really interesting that these two collided. So within spiritualism, which we should also do an episode just on spiritualism because we bring it up.
Oh, I love spiritualism.
Yeah. So that's really kind of when this new attention to sexuality kind of started to grow. Early speculation. So most people believe that the kind of first recorded idea of using sex as a ritual and as a means of magic was from Pascal Beverly Randolph, who's like an eclectic physician who specialized in marital problems. He seems like a character, as they all are. He was alive during the 19th century. And he wrote, I have to read this quote from this book that he wrote that's really, really fantastic. It's called The Mysteries of Euless. And it says, if a man has an intelligent and loving wife with whom he is in complete accord, he can work out the problems of how to achieve magical results by her aid.
By her aid.
Yeah. He goes on to say, it is best for both man and wife to act together for the attainment of the mysterious objects sought. Success in any case requires the adjuvancy of a superior woman. This is the law, all caps. A harlot or a low woman is useless for all such lofty and holy purposes, and just so is a bad, impure, passion-driven apology for a man. Just like shade left.
Wow.
And right.
Okay.
A woman shall not be one who accepts rewards for compliance, nor virgin, or under the 18 years of age, or another's wife.
Oh.
Yet must be one who hath known man and has been and is still capable of intense mental, volitional, and affectional energy, combined with perfect sexive and orgasmal ability, for it requires a double crisis to succeed.
Oh, a double crisis.
I have known men.
Yes.
Wow.
So he had a really strict idea. He was like, no hoes, no kids, no virgins.
So just like, someone you really love and respect.
Yeah, basically. Which from and I'm sure you guys will get into that, but like my brief reading, I think
That's very
yeah.
progressive.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same rules as my house parties.
I just love that he was like, no one under 18. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
For Victorian times,
That's incredibly rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he developed this idea of occult sexuality centered upon this hypothesized energy transfer between couples during intercourse. So those ideas led to the full-blown idea of sex magic that was embodied and practiced and kind of developed further by the Ordo Templi Orientis, which was a German or the OTO, as I'm going to call it for the rest of this time, because I'm not going to keep saying that, which is a German magic order that was founded in the 1890s. The cool thing about them is like they seem to me like some kind of secret little cult. The idea of sex magic was like we didn't know, no one knew that that's what they were doing. That was like one of their secrets. Until our friend Aleister Crowley came along.
Oh boy.
And Aleister Crowley is fascinating to me because he's like, I think I have one of his books actually. Like,
I've been looking for Crowley books like in bookstores and stuff. I know I could get it online, but just like, but I couldn't find anything. And I was thinking when we were discussing I'm like, okay, the podcast is coming up, and I know Crowley's big into sex magic, and I'm like, Crowley, he's such an odd dude, and blah blah blah. I look down. I'm waiting for the subway, and I look down, and there's an Aleister Crowley book at my feet.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. At the subway?
On the subway, the 137 stop on the 1 train. I'm like, what is this? I'm looking around being like,
that's crazy.
Whose book is this?
Like,
Is this my book?
That blows.
This is my
like literally put it
right.
That is the most magic thing ever.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, Aleister, it's you and me, baby.
What book was it?
It's a play actually.
Oh.
Like he wrote this,
Yes.
wrote these like weird little plays, and like looking through it, I'm like, this reads like someone was really high on drugs, which he was often.
Yeah, he was.
So honestly, I haven't really I've read like the introduction from like the person who composed it, and it's very interesting. I just thought that was so Crowley.
What a world.
I know.
That is crazy to me.
I know.
Like if I didn't I feel like if I'd heard this through another person, I'd be like, that's a lie. That didn't happen. That's nuts to me.
Crazy.
That's so nuts. So yeah, Aleister Crowley.
Okay.
Dude, how do we even we could do a whole episode, I think, just on him. But he pops up a lot in my research about sex magic. I feel like I'm sure you came across him too, but like so he was kind of a party dude. Like he was like really he was an occultist. He was a former member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went and formed his own small group. He really kind of was the one who popularized and expanded upon this idea of sex magic. So, do some more research on him and his life if you're just interested in it.
And I think it's sex magic I don't want to say gets a bad rap because of him, but like these perceived notions of what it could be because he was such an outrageous character.
Yeah.
It's like, no one's having sex with animals, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
Right.
like he might have or have wanted to, or, but we're not. I don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like anything was game with Alice.
Oh, yeah.
What I read briefly, like he seems, he's down to clown. He was.
ETC.
So in 1909, he was in Egypt trying to learn works of magic described by Elizabethan magicians John Dee and Edward Kelly. He had this dude, Victor Newberg, who was assisting him, and that was when he kind of was inspired to conduct his first act of sex magic with Newberg as his partner. Oh yeah, he was also like super queer, which is, I think, awesome. And he was into drugs too.
Yeah,
I just like totally would love to hang out with this dude. I feel like I wouldn't be like close friends with him, but I feel like I could like.
You'd go to the house party.
Yeah.
Just not the brunch after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that he then ended up publishing this book of lies, which is pretty famous, and it had a lot. It kind of it had insights about sex and magic that he had acquired from this time in Egypt. So the Theodore Russ, who was the outer head of the Order of the OTO at this time, like saw this book being published and was like, "Hey, dude, you just outed all of us. Like, this is what we practice and it's our secret. Like, what the fuck? You just published this book."
Yeah.
And so he was
told
like,
you the secret.
Yeah.
And you just wrote a book about it and put it out in the world.
he pulled a Hamilton, let's just say. Like, he published a pamphlet. No, but it's just like, what's so crazy to me is I just picture Crowley being like, "Oh, my bad.
Right.
Let me like work something out." Like, I just feel like he was like probably really good at his charms.
Let the audience know that Cave has stroked Adrian.
I just stroked
And
Adrian's arm.
Let's work something out.
Okay.
Exactly. But so then it basically then after being confronted by Russ about publishing these major secrets of this OTO or order, he then got inducted into the OTO, which is the craziest thing to me. And then rose to the position of power, as head of the British section, and then succeeded Russ as the outer head of the order. Like, bitch, literally, like blew up their spot, then got into the club, and then became president.
You have to admire that.
Yeah, like what a cool, like just that fact makes me think like
Yes, the sex magic was working.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I want to be in the child of the OTO.
This dude is crazy. Yeah. So then he also like rewrote a lot of that ritual material in the OTO about sex magic, and he added more degrees, and he added like the homoerotic stuff. He added more of the kind of kinky stuff. Like he really kind of expanded what their original kind of sex magic, writings were on. He experimented at an intense level over the next decade after this, and kept very detailed journals, which you can read about all of his endeavors. So there were other groups, sex magic groups that were born. And it's funny because, of course, like as with all the history we learn, it's a lot of white dudes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's like there's all these like rich white dudes from like the 19th century who were kind of fed up with the Victorian norms and Christianity and being like, how do we push the boundaries here and like free ourselves from this?
One must assume there were women there also. Their names just didn't get written down.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you would think, unless it was all just like gay sex and masturbation, but it must not have been.
I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah.
So all of the above. It seems like.
Yeah, porque no los dos.
Yeah. Actually, that brings up a good point, because it was also the Victorian era. I was reading another essay that was really interesting about how actually I think the Victorian era it has that reputation, right, for being very kind of repressed and hush hush and like no sex, but there was actually some of the biggest exploration of like human sexuality and what that means in publications and stuff, maybe just behind closed doors during the Victorian era. And a lot of the research that I got about the history of sex magic all happened between the early 1900s to 1930s.
And also, like, how like this is how repressed they were. How like women would go to doctors to be stimulated to achieve orgasm.
Right, that's how the vibrator was invented, right?
Yeah, but that's so cute. I mean,
I think that's really hot.
Yeah, it might have been something.
Looks like the vapors are coming on again. Better get to the doctor.
Oh, my wandering womb. Like, I will fix that, my lady.
Exactly. I mean,
it's fixed.
I think the Victorian era was actually super.
Oh, yeah.
Super sexy.
And you have all those clothes, and it's like what's underneath the clothes, and showing a hand is risque.
Right.
It's like, that's my...
And isn't it the first rule of burlesque, right? No, I don't know what the rules of burlesque are. But like, the idea of like the strip, the
glove is important.
The reveal.
The reveal is what's sexy. It's not the actual...
It doesn't matter what's being revealed.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so there were other groups that were kind of born from former members of the OTO, then branching out after World War I. So there's the Fraternal Saturni, which is in Germany. There's the Chorazon Club, also known as the Great Brotherhood of God from America, in the United States. The OTO itself was never a really large organization, and very few knew about it or practiced its sex magic techniques. Of course, I think Crowley publishing that book and then going off on his journals, then getting published and all this, I think he kind of blew it all out of the water. Through the 50s, secret materials were dispensed kind of, to a variety of people internationally. And I think it was all pretty hush-hush until, like, obviously the technology of mass publishing, and then things spread as they do.
And then even, like, in the 60s, when, like, all the rock stars were all getting into Crowley and thinking they've discovered something that no one knew about.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Led Zeppelin, no, calm down. Only, like, unlike the Pascal dude, it was, like, no one over 18. Led Zeppelin were all into the young girls.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
No one over 18?
I think that's the thing. It's like this idea of sex magic sounds so cool and empowering, and this is totally biased, but like when I think of like queer people or women doing it, it sounds so great. And then when I think of a bunch of old white dudes doing it, I'm like, this sounds like you just making excuses for being.
Yeah, that's you just want to like masturbate whenever you want, which is cool. But like, let's just
let's call a spade a spade.
Like, come on, man.
Let's call a David Spade a David Spade.
Well done. What was I gonna say? Oh, total side note. Speaking of books appearing, I was in this old bookstore over in the East Village on like 4th Avenue and 11th. It's still there. And I remember like wandering around just thinking like, I'm going to just see what appears to me. Like every time I'm in an old bookstore, I like to pretend I'm Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Sure.
So, yeah, naturally. So I just like wandering around, and then like on this, those little step ladders they have. Mm-hmm. There's like somehow a beam of light on top, like showcasing the top of the stepladder, and on the top of the stepladder was this old Victorian like book of a diary of a young boy growing up through adolescence and all his sexual like exploits and experiences.
Wait, is this like My Sex Life or something like that?
Yeah, it was a series of journals that were published
Yes.
secretly and then
Anonymously.
Yes.
Yes. My parents had that book somehow. And like I would, when I was like maybe 12 or 13, like I like stole it from what, like they had this hidden somewhere. And like I would read it. And it was like the most entertaining and like exciting thing I've
it's
ever
super
read.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like very explicit and it's Victorian and it's like he talks a lot about his prick and his foreskin.
Yes.
Right? And his foreskin was too tight.
Yeah. And like lots of like with like prostitutes and stuff like that.
Yes. And he talks about like his nana was like his nanny was like the kind of first experience with sex.
I don't remember that. But
there was like
nanny, like a babysitter nanny.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like his
governess.
Thing. Yeah. Well, so apparently it's part of a series that was like the one I got was the first book of like several tomes
I
of
love
his.
the idea of a beam of light hitting
I
him, like he's in heaven being like, someone read about my prick.
And so of course I got it and I was like, well, I guess this is the book I'm buying today. And I went and bought it. And then I don't even know where it is now. I think I passed it on to someone else.
You got it.
Yeah.
Books come
I
and
read
go.
it and I totally believe they're like umbrellas. Books can come and go in your life.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But like take a book, leave a book. But like, yeah, it's so weird. It was a lot about him and his prick and his tight foreskin and it bleeding a lot. And I was just like, this is so much info that I need to know. But anyway, it just made me think of that. Victorian era, man.
We're like, obviously, I mean, the human race has continued, so sex definitely did happen.
Right.
But just like these views and like how one engages in it, and then like whatever weird repression they're feeling,
Right.
and how they act it out, it's very strange.
Well, I would also argue that I think like during times of, you know, war or famine or great, like anytime like I feel like human society goes through like a tough time or a repressed time, it's actually when a lot of things end up flourishing, maybe just on the DL, because like humans need to find ways to, like, it's like telling a kid to not do drugs or not have sex. What do you think they're going to go do?
Right.
Humans are exactly the same. Like, I feel like there's probably a lot of illicit shit happening. It's like, what was it called when they outlawed alcohol?
Prohibition.
Thank you. Speakeasies. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, I think
people are going to do what people are going to do. And sex
Exactly.
is one of the things people are going to do.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're programmed. So anyway, moving on to 1969. It's funny you mentioned the music, because I didn't get into any kind of that pop culture. I really just focused on this.
Man,
Well,
when
so
I
you
think
guys can
about
talk about
tantric sex, which is not what this is, but when I think about that, I think of Sting 100%
Oh, yeah.
of the time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think everyone in the West found out about tantric sex.
That's
It's
so
like
funny.
Sting being like, my wife and I.
I didn't go into that at all. I stayed very like witchy.
No, that's the right space to
educational.
me.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just didn't have time to go any further.
yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, I do want to mention a woman. So briefly, Maria de Nagloska. Anyway, she's Russian. she was around from the 1883 to 1936. She was a Russian occultist, mystic, artist, and journalist, and she wrote and taught about sexual magic ritual practices as well, while being linked to the Parisian Surrealist movement. So she also was like really into that stuff. Yeah, she sounds also super baller. Would definitely hang out with her.
Would go to the house party and the brunch out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She sounds really hot.
I don't know why that's my example. It's not like that's a thing that happens in my life.
I think
neither of
it's
those.
true, right? Like, do you want to stick around, or do you like?
Or are you just here for the
come late, you make an appearance, you leave early.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, are you here for the jungle juice, or are you here to like, which is like when you mix a bunch of drinks together? Yeah.
Oh, I know. I have many non-memories because of that. Anyway, she established and led this occult society known as, I'm not going to say the French version, but it's the Brotherhood of the Golden Arrow.
Ooh.
Translated into English. That was in Paris from 1932 to 1935. In 1931, she compiled and translated and published in French a collection of writings by our dude, occultist Pascal Beverly Randolph, who I mentioned earlier. So she that's why he's kind of seen as the grandfather, because a lot of this stuff has trickled down, right? Also, It was papers on the subject of sexual magic and magic mirrors,
Ooh.
which I did not look further into, but I want to. Maybe we should do a whole episode on that.
Read that book. Let's just do an audiobook of that later.
Yeah, in French accents, and really bad French accents.
Has that hit public domain yet?
Probably, I'm sure. I don't know. So she also published a semi-autobiographical novella called The Sacred Ritual of Magical Love.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
I want to read
I know.
all of her books.
I know. And then she also published another book called The Light of Sex, which is a mystic treatise and guide to sexual ritual that was required reading for those seeking to be initiated into her Brotherhood of the Golden Arrow.
That's
I
such
also love that she ran a brotherhood.
Yeah.
yeah. But I like, oh, you want to join my brotherhood? Read my book. You know, like
I think that's such a French woman thing to do. She's so French women are badass in my mind.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, she also wrote The Hanging Mystery, which details her advanced teachings on the third term of the Trinity and the spiritually transformative power of sex and the practice of erotic ritual hanging and other sensory deprivation practices.
damn.
Girl was into asphyxiation.
She, yeah.
Also, beside just being super into the occult and stuff like that, she also influenced the surrealist art movement, which is just, she seems awesome. So I had to give her a shout out because it's been a lot of dudes. Okay, so back to the OTO and men. So in 1969, Louis Calling, a former member of the OTO, he had left to go join an American kind of offshoot, like sister, brother faction. He published the complete magic curriculum of the Secret Order of the GBG, and then shortly thereafter, a commentary on it, the Manual of Sex Magic, which is like, that just reminds me of the Game of Thrones dudes. Like, let me also do a recap of what you just watched. Anyway. And then also in the 1972, they published an edited edition of Crowley's Magical Diaries, which contained the account of some of his sexual experiments. And then within the decade of that, all of Crowley's writings on sex magic and the secret materials of the OTO were published, which makes sense then why in the 70s, right when we're at the, like, sexual revolution and rock and roll, like, that's just like my noise of like orgasms all over the place. So these books all spread the idea of sex magic throughout the Western world. At the same time, through the Bihar School of Yoga in Bengal, sexual teachings of Indian Tantra were spread for the first time in the West with such detail that tantric practice could be institutionalized. And I will say as a caveat, I think like a lot of like Crowley was also influenced by the idea of Tantra, and it's not the same, and it's not really correct. Mm-hmm. And the idea of what I think a lot of Western culture, even today, thinks of in terms of like tantric practice and tantric yoga and the Karma Sutra, all that stuff is like, I think, very it's like we were talking about with the Haitian Vodou episode. I think it's very misunderstood. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. I think there's a lot of appropriation out there. And so do your research as always.
Yeah.
So I will stop there because I think then I'm getting into the 80s, but I don't know if you talk on that at all. But there's not much.
I really don't.
Okay. But it's just the idea of like how it becomes popular and the idea of West and East, like, you know, practices kind of blending and becoming what we now know today is this like hodgepodge of different teachings and practices. But this is kind of where all of that stuff is what inspired what we kind of know today.
This is the lake from which the river flows,
yes,
or whatever.
I love that.
Yeah. Sexual energy.
Sexual energy.
So I'm going to talk just a little bit about what sex magic is and how it's typically used today. So the number one thing that I think is probably a primary misconception about sex magic is that it's about having better sex. That is not what sex magic is about.
No.
Sex magic is about harnessing the energy of sex to manifest things.
Right.
So it's you know, yes, your sex life might get better if you know, but that's really not if that's what you want to, but that's not what it's about. I mean, I think most of the people that listen to this podcast would probably know different, but hey, maybe people put the word sex into iTunes and see what comes up.
I know I do.
So we are not really going to be talking about how to improve your sex life
That's
here
another
today.
episode.
How to get your dick hard or anything like that. The idea of what sex magic is basically having sex with with a purpose, with something that you want to manifest. And I feel like, Adrian, you're probably the better person to talk about this, but I'll do my overview and then you can just correct
you're right.
me
I
as
think
go.
you're right so far.
There are a whole bunch of different great and interesting articles for beginners in sex magic, because one of the things I learned very quickly in starting to research this is a lot of people must be interested, because there are tons of resources out there.
I had no idea.
On all sorts of very hip websites. But the one that's very good if you want to learn a little bit about sex magic for beginners is the Llewellyn website. Has some pretty good like beginner rundown. There are some things that maybe I don't necessarily agree with in there, but for the most part, it'll give you the overall the only thing I would say is there are some people that practice sex magic that feel like there has to be a male and a female energy, at least, even if they're not. They're like, well, it doesn't have to be a man and a woman, but both energies have to be present to create
so
something.
Binary.
Yeah.
But it feels, to me, it's like energy is energy is energy.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
And so trying to define it by a gender construct doesn't make any sense.
It seems so mortal to me. I love the idea of energy being not of, like, it doesn't matter.
No gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, the idea of all magic, I guess, or a lot of the things that we talk about is that there's energy in the world and that you're trying to harness the world's energy in order to manifest something that you want, or in order to, work towards a specific outcome, or otherwise, do something for yourself. It can be grounding, it can be manifesting money, it can be doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things you can do with energy, but it's basically about taking that energy and pushing it towards something specific and like choosing to direct the energy that you have. And then sex is a kind of energy. There's a lot of energy involved in sex. I mean, and not just the humping and pumping. But basically, sex brings energy. Energy can be directed, and that's really the thought behind sex magic. Now, in terms of how you actually do it, a lot of people use candles, I think a lot of this overlaps with what we've talked about in terms of spells and stuff in the past, but like etching what you want into a candle and burning it down while you do stuff, or people talk about coming up with a telos. Have you heard that word?
Telos?
This was a new word for me, but TELOS.
I've never heard of it.
But it seems to just mean
like a sigil?
No, just like the thing that you're working towards as like a specific phrase.
Oh, like your focus
like
on
mantra?
Yeah, like a mantra. Kind of thing.
Okay.
Except, but it's just sort of like choosing the overall direction where like, people, they say like a mantra, or like you can make an image or choose a symbol or something like that that you can keep in your mind, because you don't want to have to be thinking it up while you're going.
Yeah.
And something that you can kind of focus on at orgasm.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know. But so telos is the name that some people give it. I hadn't heard that word before, but basically it's you choose where you're going. If you have partner or partners, you agree on that ahead of time. Yeah. So that you don't end up, accidentally disagreeing and canceling each other out.
Yeah, crossing the streams.
Yeah. Crossing the streams. Sex magic wise, I feel like in modern pop culture, and going back always, there's a lot of sort of misconceptions because of the demonization of like women's power and women's sexuality and sexuality in general. So people do tend to associate. So people do tend to associate the combination of sex and magic with like Satanism, like Rosemary's Baby bullshit, where it's like you're calling on Satan to be a part of your orgy in order to manifest bad things in the world. That's really not what sex magic is.
And that's not even what Satanism is.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Literally none of these things. You can take
They're
every
all
single
wrong.
one of those things and they're all wrong.
Yeah.
Sex magic is a much more like natural, neutral kind of thing. It's just the idea is that energy is neutral and you direct it towards something. So basically the way that it works in modern practice is you can solo practitioner be. You can masturbate, or you can do it with a partner. You can do it in a group. You just have to make sure everybody's on the same page. It's a lot like if you're interested in like more fetish circles of sex in terms of agreeing ahead of time on things and making sure that communication is key here.
So I shouldn't do sex magic with a partner who doesn't know that I'm doing sex magic.
Right.
Right,
Or
yeah.
like, and this is like, we are all ensconced in hookup culture, and it's just, saving that opportunity for and having the discussion with someone who can share that intention with you
Yeah.
instead of like, oh, his name is Chris. He's cool.
Right.
He's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's not just about using another, or it's certainly not about using another person.
Right, because
yeah.
then that's, you might as well not even do it if you're just going to use someone.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It's sort of a creative collective
Yeah.
energy sort of thing.
Okay. Cool. I think this is really fascinating too because I've never done sex magic. Like I said, I didn't even know what it was until this week. But one of the hardest things that I find about practicing any kind of magic or ritual is charging my energy. Like I'm so tired all the time. Like I feel like that's,
you got to put yourself in the moonlight.
I know. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so tired all the time. And like, of course, I always try and do my rituals or spells at the end of the night, which is like after a long day. And I just don't. And like, that's always, I feel like the hardest thing for me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to work it up. But now I'm like, oh, wait, I can use
You can just transform it into like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
sexual energy. That's
Exactly.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always got a little bit of that in the tank.
I know. Exactly. Even when you're tired, it's like,
You can
get
still,
one out.
just get yourself in a meditative state, and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
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 Honestly, it just really takes a stiff breeze most days. So it's like, why not?
Okay, so maybe I'll talk a little bit more about the process of
Yeah.
sex magic.
Because
So
I'm talking out
basically,
my ass right now.
let's say you're going to masturbate.
Yeah.
So you're going to choose whatever you want to call it, a Telus mantra focus for your practice for the day. You are going to try to take it nice and slow and try and stay focused on what you want. One of the big things is not just sort of rubbing one out, so to speak.
Oh,
It's,
damn it.
it's like as the more energy you can build up, the better. It's
Yeah.
a little bit like edging with a purpose, but much less that.
With the purpose. I love that. That's another t-shirt.
And yeah, a lot of people like to do things like light candles with their intentions etched into them, like you would with your sort of more standard spell. But you can also do like some, one person recommended making a collage that you can look at as you get closer.
This is my
which I kind
vision
of
board.
loved.
Sex Magic Vision Board.
I
Sex
kinda like
Magic
that.
Vision Board.
New
So it
band
gives
name, I
you-
call it.
Yeah.
Because
That's a great band
That
name.
is a very good band name.
Yeah.
The idea being that when you are getting closer, it can be harder for your brain to do a lot of activities. So having something that you can look at, or like an easy thing that you can call upon in terms of remembering what your focus should be as you finish is handy.
Yeah.
Instead of just like that quick montage of like past porns that I liked to get to.
Right, yeah. Instead of that, maybe
Okay.
look at your vision board. It is a little bit insane, but I do think that's kind of...
Either way, Idris Elba's involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to make a joke earlier about like masturbation bringing Orlando Bloom closer and closer to me,
But then you'll meet someone who looks like him, and you'll be like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's too bad you're happily married.
I know. I just need to bring Dan closer and closer.
Maybe you just make Dan look closer and closer to Orlando.
Yes.
Dan, you have one long blonde hair.
Oh wait, is this the Lord? Is
Legolas?
rings
Wow.
I'm not now.
Oh
when I was
my
like
God, I love
13,
you. No,
I
I
was
was
I mean, he
obsessed
was
with him.
adorable.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was much more into the Viggo Mortensen one, but like, yeah.
Well, now it's all about Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being
No.
an adult is recognizing that Viggo Mortensen's character is by far the one that would be the best lover.
I just like a rough and
I mean,
if
if an elf woman is going to give up her elfness to be with him, then hey.
and
he
spoiler
cares
alert.
so
Oh,
much.
what? Spoiler!
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
And then yeah, basically
getting
it's like you want to try and build up as much energy as you can, and then when you're ready to let it all go, you are going to orgasm. You're going to focus on your thing, and then when you're done, closer.
Never gonna let you let
And then
that
you
down.
want to let it go.
Yeah.
Once you're done, you just sort of
sleep.
let it go.
Mhm.
Am I missing anything?
That's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the big.
That's kind of
Those
it.
are the highlights, right?
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
What I like to do.
What that you're comfortable with sharing?
I definitely like to practice during the full moon.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it's
yeah.
usually like, okay, this is like a new beginning. This is when the moon's energy is most powerful, and like whatever the intention is for the month, you know, that's usually what I focus on. And I'll light a candle, one of my many candles.
Yeah.
And then I usually put on David Bowie.
Nice.
Because that's
Yeah.
kind of like,
I think that's super appropriate.
some like station to station David Bowie.
Yeah.
And yeah, just sort of I say a mantra, like that kind of thing of like
Yeah.
whatever it is, like, I'm going to have a new job or like that kind of thing. And it's really helpful with like learning one's own body and like learning one's own boundaries of like, what you like, what you don't really particularly care for. And it's definitely a form of self-care. I would definitely say of like, I want this, I deserve, I deserve this. I want to have this in my life, or I want to do this more, or I want to be more present. And it's like self-affirmations on steroids. It's just like, I am the goddess. Yes, I will see the goddess. I am the goddess. I am love. I give love.
I love that.
Right?
It seems very empowering.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's so then like even, and I do that solo, but when I'm with my partner, it's just this sort of, okay, I honor you and who you are. I honor myself. And it's very sensual and respectful. And it's such a wonderful thing. I gotta say.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
And you can and should say your mantras out loud, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's very,
Yeah.
it's good.
So my
to-
neighbor's supposed to be like, what?
I want a new job.
I will have a new job. I will have a new job. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm manifesting.
We have very thin walls here.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting. I did read, this might have even been in the Llewellyn thing, so maybe read it with a grain of salt, but there is one where they describe what happens as like every time sexual energy is released into the world, even if a real child isn't made, a magical child is made.
Oh,
and,
wow.
put into the womb of
Whoa.
the universe. And
I
then
have a
you're-
lot of magical
I know.
children.
Damn.
I didn't love that, but like it kind of broke my brain because I was like, wow, that's a really interesting thing to think
That-
about. But also on the other hand, I was like, oh, I've left a lot of magical children.
Yeah.
Especially in the shower.
But, yeah. I mean, that could be definite. I mean, like, like
no.
like,
If
but
you
like,
like to think about it that way, it's a cool way to.
yeah, like of us giving energy back to the universe
Yes.
Yeah.
and it
Oh, I like
existing in
that.
an astral plane.
Yeah, I think just calling
Yeah.
it a child.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
what
that makes me-
What's this weird pressure? Of
Like,
Yeah,
it
it's-
immediately
yeah.
piques my anxiety.
Right?
I'm
yeah.
ready to be a magical mother.
The terrible twos.
Oh, God.
My magical children. Oh, my magical child's a toddler right now.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
God.
magical
I keep
children.
getting offered
Oh
new
my god,
jobs.
and like think about it, like my first magical child would be what, 25 right now? Like what is that? What is that? That's
Oh my god, I'm probably a grandma. I'm probably a magical grandma at this point.
But in terms of sharing one's energy, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did want to ask that question. This is a total side note or separate from the magical child bit, but I did briefly read something about in the history research of like some people saying you shouldn't reach orgasm, or that you should, or that you must. Like I think there's different parties, different people that believe different.
I
things.
eventually do,
Yeah.
but I like, playing it out with, there's something going back to Tantra and Sting specifically where like someone had asked him like, you have sex with your wife for 7 hours? And he's like, well, there's like dinner and a movie as well. It's like, it's not just sex. It's
Yeah.
like this whole
We're not
thing.
just rubbing the whole time.
Right.
It was such a great night.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
A lot
but
of work, but
But it is that sort of like seeing how far you can take something, easing off a bit, like like riding. It's like surfing on sexuality, where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is coasting on that.
You're riding that good wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like feeling yourself and feeling good about yourself,
Yeah.
and then But then sometimes you're like, I got 10 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to rub
Yeah,
one.
rub
I
one out.
I feel
Turn the vibrator up to high.
Turbo speed. Easy pass.
I want a
lane.
car.
Yeah. Oh, I love this episode already. Like I have since the beginning, but this is probably our best work. What else? I'm so curious. I want to know more.
I mean, there are so many different schools of thought around it. There's also like you can call in deities if you believe in that kind of
Like a spirit orgy.
Yeah, like there are people that do like bring in, like call on the goddess or whatever while doing it. It just sort of, that part kind of depends on your religion and what you believe, I think. I've never done that, but
yeah, I'm not like calling out to ISIS or anything like that.
I just had the terrorist organization in my brain for a second. Just for a split second, and I was like, the goddess.
Again, my neighbors would be like, "What?
Come on, ISIS, visit me."
Hello, government. I think.
Oh man!
I'm
the
so
FBI shows up. Like, "Yeah, I'm just practicing sex magic. Like,
And they're like, okay.
They're like,
all right, yeah, okay.
I feel like the
That's
FBI
all.
would be like, that's even worse.
But I think I definitely have this like awareness that I am a part of the universe, or like the goddess, the goddess Earth, what surrounds us, the elements, like we are a part of that, and being a part of that in a specific way is very humbling and and you just connect.
Yeah.
And again, it just makes the world all the more magical and special.
Yeah.
God, I feel like I'm always so impatient and just trying to get to the finish line that like I don't think of sex like that, and I really should. It's like I'm very sex positive, and I always like to call myself the vibrator fairy because I've given a lot of my friends their first vibrator.
Oh,
I big fan of masturbating. 2 thumbs up.
Mhm.
It's great. But like normally, I feel like for me, I'm always just like, let's just come and then like
I think like as a society, but like as a society, we are very much like that. Like if you watch a sex scene in a movie, it's like they like stumble into the apartment, they like rip each other's, and they both orgasm at the same time.
Yeah, fades to black. The
Yeah,
next morning,
and then they're at brunch.
yeah, exactly. They're at brunch. And I always love that the girl always has the sheet up over her chest, and she only walks around with that on. Yeah,
and it's like like having that. Trusting yourself to have that patience, is.
I'm a very impatient person.
No, but just
I mean, I'm gonna try.
And breathing while masturbating or sex or whatever. It really does. It changes it where you're just because I remember like being young and inexperienced and just like you're kind of lying there like tense.
It's like pooping.
Where you're like, this is happening.
I'm sorry, Kate. Can you explain that comment?
No, it's like when you hold your breath and you're just trying to come so bad. You're like, I don't breathe sometimes.
Yeah. But when you, but when like you think like in breathing and thinking like breathing really deep and like stimulating your chakras and stuff, it's just like the orgasm is much better, and
sometimes easier to have. Sometimes you need to like relax in order to let it happen.
Yeah,
I feel like all I do is just muscle through it.
No,
like my poop.
Sorry. Kate, are you okay?
I'm a child. I'm a 12-year-old boy. Okay.
No, I love that.
Continue, Adrian. No, it sounds great. I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to do it during the day. I think I just have to like do it. I feel like I'm freshest at like 10 or 11 in the morning on a weekend. When I have nothing to do.
No, that's great with like the sunlight
I have
coming
some
in
energy,
onto the bed.
Yeah.
I love that.
I haven't eaten a ton of carbs yet.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, it's new day,
Yeah.
and I mean. Whatever one does to meditate, but just like set the intention of like, okay, what is it that I want to have attracted more in my life, or what do I want to, do I want to book more shows? Do I want to make more money, or put myself in the right path to make more money, or do the things that I want to do? Where if you're just like, I want a new car, like, okay, all right, you take out a loan and get one.
Yeah.
I
feel like asking for a new car is such a waste of magic.
I know.
Like,
but like every article I've ever read about it, they always say like, I want a new car. Like that's not really what it is. I'm like,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Funny. If anything, ask for more money and abundance in order to get the car. Anyway, it's being like, I want groceries. It's like, what?
Yeah, what do you think? A pineapple's gonna appear?
Right.
Although, I mean, that Crowley book.
That's true.
Yo, that was some crazy.
I did take a picture of it, so I'll pull it up. So I can tell
actually,
you the title
can
of
you
it.
share with us? I'd love to post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know. So how do you do it with a partner? Like, how does that work?
I mean, I haven't with my boyfriend, because not that he's very respectful of the things I do. You know, like I have an altar in the apartment, and he's just like, oh, okay. And like, what was it? He doesn't
Are you
talk.
dating Kermit the Frog?
Yeah.
And what's he like?
I almost spit out that entire mouthful of seltzer on my computer.
He's green.
Oh yeah, that's so cute with your red hair. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, but no, I mean, I haven't broached that, because I think for him to be like, what? So like, we just want something and we'll do it. Although I will say, you know, like, I mean, maybe I have done it without his knowledge, where I'm just like, this intention of, yes, bringing us close together. But it does bring us close together.
Yeah.
And anything that brings people close together, it makes them, it's like a real sense of intimacy and vulnerability.
Is a good thing.
Yeah.
Have you come across stuff of like specifically? I'm asking selfishly because I want to do it.
No, so
with
it
my
basically
boyfriend.
works the same as masturbating, but instead of you deciding on your intention, you have to talk it over.
Yeah.
So, and you want to have the same intention, because if you have conflicting ones, it will not work.
Do you
Essentially.
both have to want the same thing, or just not things that conflict?
I think my understanding is it's better if you're using the same mantra, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like, but that's just from what I've read online. I mean, I feel like you probably could have two separate things you're working towards, but you know, why would you? If you have your two creative energies mixing together and working towards something, it's probably going to be more powerful to choose one thing to, even if it's like, we'll both get a new job. We'll both get a new job. Or like abundance, or whatever. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a very specific thing. Like, it's not, we want a new pineapple. We really like groceries to appear. It could be like broader, but I think probably directing it in the same general direction is a good idea.
Okay.
But you know, you could try it split and like just talk it over about what you're each working towards, and like just be supportive of each other's goals, and probably that would work too. And maybe like try it out, and if it doesn't work, let me know.
I'll report back.
Report
I'll
back
call
to
you
the
right
podcast.
after.
Yeah.
Please do.
Is that the book you
This
found?
is the book. It's Dramatic Ritual.
Oh my god, look at that. We're gonna post a photo of this on our
The
Instagram.
best of the equinox.
That is
out.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is so wild.
That's crazy
It's-
to me.
That was insane.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
text that to me. That's so nuts. What else? So you say it when you come, and then
Yeah, so and you can repeat it throughout, and you basically are trying to build up. If you're doing it together, you're just trying to build up energy and not come right away. But everything I read does say orgasm at the end. I mean, you probably could do it without.
but what's the fun in
But-
that?
I know.
But yeah, there's certainly there may very well be practices out there where you're not supposed to come at the end,
Yeah.
but all the ones I read included
A
I
climax.
feel like
a
that's the
happy
worst
end.
feeling too, when you get so
Oh.
close so many times and then it just never quite. It's almost like a hiccup when you really want to burp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is with my metaphors today? Continue.
I feel like that's a lot of what I had actually for modern practice. I found a really neat article on Vice called "Sex Magic: How to Cast Spells with Your Orgasms," where they talk to a lady named Kristen Corvette, who is a professor at the New School and teaches a class called "The Legacy of the Witch," which sounds
Ooh.
very interesting. And she's a practitioner of sex magic. But she talks a lot about her sex practice in this article, and it's really neat. And I think it's a much better sort of rundown of sex magic, maybe even than like the beginner sex magic articles that you can find. There are also some really bullshit sex magic articles out there. Like there's one that Kate and I both ran into separately that's just like this long introduction that's like the one warning about practicing sex magic.
Yeah, super clickbait.
And the warning is it'll change your life.
Oh, God.
Don't bother clicking that one. That's what the answer is.
Bullshit.
Warning.
And anyone who would write that kind of sales letter to start it is not a good spiritual guy.
No.
Skip that one.
Yeah, like everything, like Emily and I think we talk about. It's like, do your research,
Yeah.
check your sources. Like, don't read just one article and take that as the word. Read,
Yeah.
a lot
And
of
also,
different
like,
things.
use your intuition.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't have to go out and buy all sorts of, you know, cauldrons and candles and all these things. If, like, you don't have access to them, it's fine.
Right.
You know, the universe is still around you.
Right.
You know.
I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly.
Yeah, you can literally just use you in this.
Right,
kind of
exactly.
Magic.
Yeah, it's very much, there's no, the extra buying stuff is only if it
Right.
works for
And even if, like,
your
this,
life.
you know, have you seen those memes where it's like something about like, oh, you think you're a witch because you bought sage from Whole Foods, Karen, like
Yes,
something like that.
I have seen that meme.
Yeah, and like that, I mean, I
feels
understand what the meme is intending, but like the sage doesn't know where it's coming from, so it's like
Yeah.
if someone can only buy it at Whole Foods
Right.
and use it for their like practices, like so be it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point.
It's like
yeah.
the intention is what's important, not necessarily the commodification of it.
That's what I always try and tell myself. There's some part of, I feel like of course a lot of different witches probably believe different things, but there's some people who I feel like are very, very methodical and like you must use this special oil. You need to get sage from this kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
You're smudging wrong. You're doing that. You're lighting the wrong candle. And part of me, I feel like more kind of, again, these are tools to help you and do your best, but it's really at the end about your intention. It's really about how you're.
It's energy and intention, and everything else is nice window dressing.
Exactly.
That's what I think. Personally.
Yeah, and if you got you and you've got an intention, you've got energy and intention.
Exactly. And if you can make a vision board out of it, even better.
I know. I am kind of obsessed with that.
What?
Yeah.
So what's your sex magic vision board look like?
Oh my god, I don't even know. Well, I guess it depends on the month. What do I want? What am I working towards?
I don't know. Right now, I feel like it would just be like a bed. I'm just like peace and quiet.
So rest.
Yeah, I just want people to leave me alone. I'm thinking not you guys, like not my friends,
right?
But like I just feel like I'm bothered a lot.
There's just
by,
a lot of like closed doors and padlocks.
Yeah,
leave me alone.
I just want some solace and like some strength and like I just want to. I feel like I've been drained a lot of my power over the last few months, and so I just really
need to refill yourself.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's
I like
that.
that.
Personally.
Yeah.
Going back to that Vice article, I just found this quote where they talked about Crowley, my dude Crowley, and how he was such a racist and sexist asshole. Apparently, he advertised for females of all kinds for his sex magic purposes. Quote, deformed women, dwarfs, hunchbacks, and as he put it, freaks of all sorts.
Oh boy. See, like the whole
Crowley.
thing of like communicating with one's partner, I think is very important.
Yeah,
Not just put an ad in the paper being like
freaks of all sorts.
Yeah.
We're looking
Maybe
for
in my
weirdos
magic.
over here. Come let me fuck ya.
Yeah.
Let's do cocaine and
Right. Classic Alistair.
Oh, Alistair.
Someone suggested that you could choose, or one of the articles suggested that you could choose a rune to symbolize your mantra or your intention.
Ooh.
And that if you wanted to, you could paint it on your partner's body.
Oh, I like that.
And
And edible paints.
one, I thought that was really intriguing. Two, it reminded me of. Have you guys listened to My Dad Wrote a Porno?
No, but I know it. I haven't listened to it
There's
yet.
a scene in the first book that is never explained where a guy fucks the main character and then draws runes all over her body.
Oh wow.
And I was like, he was doing sex magic.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
There was a reason behind it. Maybe this guy actually Googled it.
Oh
That's
wow.
so funny. Dad is a witch.
That blew my mind.
That's crazy.
But also, I liked the idea. I was like, I like that book more now.
Oh.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm like, even though I consider myself pretty sex positive and open-minded, and I like a varied amount of things. But one thing I'm like really weird about is in just life is mess. Like I'm addicted to like hand sanitizer and like I like to wash my hands all the time and like so like having sex on my period one, I just never feel good on my period.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to put anything in there because I'm like cramping so hard too. Like I just even putting a towel down. It's just so messy.
No, I don't do it.
I don't.
Yeah,
like,
no,
the idea of using and like
But I
bodily
masturbate
fluids are
when I do
used in
sometimes.
magic all the time, and like I think we briefly might have mentioned it last episode. I don't know if we did, but I know some hoodoo traditions like period blood is used, and like, but like I don't like even making out sometimes. Like my boyfriend will attest to this.
Fluid for you.
I will literally be like my dirty talk is, do you want to go brush our teeth? Like I'm literally not even kidding. Like before we like go at it, I'm like, let's brush our teeth. Cause I just like
You like to be clean.
I like to be clean.
Yeah, no,
and maybe it's my Catholic upbringing too, right? I just like gotta get clean before I get dirty.
Yeah,
And then immediately after I want to wash it off again. Yeah.
Like, oh yes.
I just don't like sweat. I don't like smell. Yeah, I just am not into it personally.
That's fine.
It's weird.
No.
Yeah, no, I think with all of these things, it's like whatever makes you happy. If it doesn't give you the good feeling, don't do it.
Right.
Yeah, and I think something like sex magic, someone might think it's something like I shower with my own sweat and
Right, yeah. I draw runes with my period blood on my boyfriend.
I bathe
Or-
my
That's
penis
so
in my
metal.
yeah,
Like,
that
I-
would be very metal, but
like I bathe my penis in my women. Like no. Like,
but it's really
Winston
a very
Churchill.
same thing.
That's amazing.
But yeah, no, whatever one's preferences are, I
Yeah.
think it's perfectly fine and legitimate and you know.
yeah.
As
And
long
I
as it's
guess the-
consensual and
Exactly.
Like to me, the big takeaway with this that I learned in learning about sex magic was just that I like the Western culture makes you be like, ooh, it's scary. But when you look at it, I mean, it's really just the same thing as you're already doing plus sex. You know, which
Yeah.
you're also already doing, probably.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
mindful. It's mindful sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mindful
purpose, yeah.
spell casting sex.
Yeah. I love
Uh,
it. I can't wait to actually get the energy and time to go practice it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a question for you, Adrian.
Okay.
You said that you got more into more like formalized sex magic
Mhm.
in the last year or two.
Mhm.
What brought you into that? What was the
Yeah.
And just hearing about
It's very
it,
interesting.
yeah, and just saying like, definitely reading about it and being like, oh wait a minute, all these things that let's actually focus in on having a real intention as opposed to just letting one's mind wander and then fixate on something. And I know we were joking about new job, but like that was kind of the thing for me at the beginning of this year in particular, and it happened. Which I mean, obviously it's all, but it isn't even just I did this and then I got a new job. It was like you put yourself in the right mind frame to
Right.
have the confidence to update the resume
Mhm.
and send it out and
Yeah.
actually be actively looking. It's not just, things don't just fall from the sky for
Right.
you.
Right.
But it definitely clears your mind of whatever nonsense is in my mind of any kind of self-doubt,
Mhm.
any kind of anything that's holding me back, by releasing that energy and then letting positive energy in and then focusing on how to go about things the right way or with intention.
Right.
It's been very rewarding.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like everything we talk about, I get really interested in and want to go try, but I'm particularly interested
Yeah.
in trying.
And
Well, this one, it's also you've already got all the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? Like, I feel like witch stuff that since we've started this podcast has been really getting interwoven in every aspect of my life. And so why not
Mhm.
this? Also, again, what a great way to be
Why
able
not
to like
these two?
generate energy.
Exactly.
Because right now I feel like it's really hard to just do it on your own without, anyway. Like I'm like, let me think and like breathe or sing, but I feel like generating sexual energy is a lot more.
It's easier
Doable.
to
Yeah.
doable. Yeah.
I just went there in my mind. Sorry. I left you for a second.
But I love the idea that like this is becoming more well known and in a more general way where it's like removed from its esoteric mysticism or any
Yeah.
kind of turn of the 20s like Aleister Crowley type stuff
Right.
where it's like, oh wait, I can do that. Like,
I think I also like associated it a little bit with like kinky stuff and like,
Right.
group sex and that kind of thing. And it really doesn't have to be that at all.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Can
And I
really
like-
just be masturbating.
and it's like it's
Yeah.
such a wonderful way, especially for women, to really empower themselves and
Yes.
just be like, okay, this is what I want. This
Yeah.
is what I want to give to the world. I want to happen for me,
Yeah.
and harnessing that energy.
And I think that's something that a lot of women can benefit from is
Mhm.
not only self-empowerment, but self-empowerment with our bodies and our
Yes.
sexuality
Yeah.
and what turns us on. And I think there's so many women I meet who don't masturbate or don't
Yes.
orgasm or like that's not something that they want to talk about or think about. They think their own vaginas are ugly. Like it's
Right.
very sad. And so I think that's also what's so attractive about witchcraft to women and our women of our generations and younger too is like this empowerment, right?
Yeah.
This idea of like, no, you have the power.
And it's like I'm a woman in this society. I've always had issues about my body. Lots of women do. And like and in doing this, it's like, oh no, like I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am worthy, I am
sexy.
sexy. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, I am a sexy woman. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And you know, the patriarchy is really hard and like, you know, it does beat you down. And there are moments where I'm still like, I don't like how I look. But, you know, but by doing this and like really owning who I am, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
You know.
And sexual power is such like a powerful power.
Yeah.
You know, sexual energy is such a powerful energy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why not harness it, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's why I keep saying like I'm excited to try it, because I think I just imagine the amount of energy I could really generate. Like when there are moments when I'm like going at it and I'm like, this is insane. I've like literally had moments where I'm like, I've never felt anything like this before. And that's just regular sex.
Yeah.
So imagine once I put intention behind that shit, bitch, I'm gonna be unstoppable. I'm gonna be Beyonce. I'm so excited.
Cut to 1 year later and it's like, yeah, Kate used to host this podcast.
But she's Beyonce now.
Now she's Beyonce.
It's crazy.
You've heard of Beyonce too, right? Well, her name used to be Beyonce.
The first Beyonce was usurped.
Oh my god. No.
Beyonce is
I know.
side. I will take her as my partner and lover. It'll be fine.
Ooh.
Oh my god, if you guys did sex magic together, we'd
my
all be
God.
fucked.
I think she does. She strikes me as a woman who's very in tune with who she is.
Yeah, even if she doesn't even call it sex magic. I feel like all the really powerful women in our world are probably, subconsciously or not, like some sort of practitioners of self-empowerment and manifestation, right?
Right.
You kind of have to be to get to where you are.
I mean, you know, like we
are
are our
a witch.
we are our own
whatever you label it.
priestesses.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of, should we draw a card?
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, so I have my moon powered tarot deck
Which
here.
I think this is a perfect deck to use for this episode too, because
we just had a full moon
Yes.
yesterday,
also it's by the Six Ed Girl Shop and it's a lady-owned shop.
Oh, wonderful.
which we love.
Yeah. We've posted about this deck before on our Instagram, but you can check out the Six Ed Girl Shop on Etsy, and they're also on Insta. And we'll post, of course, a photo of the card that we pulled, but
Yeah.
such
Do you
a
want to
cool
pull
deck.
the card?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, spread this out for me. Yeah.
I will take this one.
Excellent choice.
Queen of Wands.
Queen of
Ooh,
Wands.
I love the Queen of Wands.
Look at how witchy she is.
I know.
She looks awesome.
Yeah.
The art on these
I'm
cards,
obsessed.
Yeah, this is really
deck.
great.
aren't they cool?
I will read you what the
Punky.
Moon Power Tarot guidebook
Yes.
says, which these are very short descriptions, but I like it. All right, so
It's
Queen
awesome.
of Wands, thoughtful, independent, honest, hardworking, vibrance, and determination.
Vibrant.
Vibrant.
Vibrance is
Yeah.
right.
I love it.
That's a great card.
I love the Queen of
Yeah.
Wands.
And I'll give you a little bitty tarot reading too, just to get a
Oh,
longer.
bitty tarot. What is Wands is fire, right?
Yes. And this, I know, in the Rider White, there's a little cat. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know if there's a little cat in this one. I like that
think
little.
so.
She's got is that a heart or just?
Yeah, I think that's a heart.
Oh, I like that. And a brain, because she's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got her castle, and she's like, I don't need no man.
She's mystic as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I love, and the hair is great.
I know.
Yo, I want to grow my hair out so I can wear my hair like that.
I've just
I want
been.
to chop all my hair off.
I know. I've been growing my hair, and like now I can like do all these sorts of
Your hair
braids
looks
and things.
so cool.
No, your hair's gorgeous.
But
Right
like,
there.
yeah,
Super jealous.
it's like I just want to be a goddess. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm Venus.
I know. I love growing my hair out, but then it also is just such a pain to take care of, and then I get long hairs. I mean, I get hair everywhere. Let's not lie.
Okay, yeah. Upright from Biddy Tarot, Queen of Wands. We also get same basic idea: courage, confidence, independence, social butterfly,
Ooh.
and determination.
Oh, social butterfly.
Sex magic helps.
Sex magic.
I'm very shy.
So the Queen of Wands reminds you that you are upbeat, courageous, and determined. You're here to see through your creative visions and life purpose, even in the face of adversity and challenge. Highly self-actualized and self-aware, you know how to best channel your strengths and weaknesses to achieve your goals. You are optimistic and full of ideas to share with others. You know what you want and how to get it, and are masterful at engaging with others to achieve your goals.
Nice.
By fucking.
Emily made the most
In
intense
bed!
eye contact with me during that.
I mean, my last name is Sexton, so
Yes.
That's
Yeah, I know.
true.
Amazing. All right, so I'll take a photo of this and post it on our
Yay.
Instagram. But I think that does it for us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much more to talk about.
I know.
But so,
I know.
Adrian, where can people follow you?
Oh, I'm on the Instagram. My name at Adrian, Princess of Pudding. It's a take on She-Ra.
I
with
love
kids.
that.
That's amazing.
But Adrian is spelled Adrian. I'm on Twitter at Adrian_Sexton or -Sexton. I don't remember, but Adrian Sexton. I'm a girl, Adrian, so you can find me.
Yeah.
And what else do I do? I'm going to be doing a solo show with SoloCom in November.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So if you're in New York, definitely come check her
Yeah,
out.
definitely check me out. That'll be check me out.
Check me out.
Come on.
So check me out.
That'll be in November. And just catch me on the stage, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is your SoloCom show about?
It's gonna be about death, but
Nice.
like
You said that so enthusiastically. I love it.
well, it's like a cabaret about death.
Oh.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, like because I kept pulling the death card around my birthday, and like death means change, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what does this mean? Like, oh, okay, like what does this mean for me? And like so much has changed in this past year. So I'm like, oh, what if like death has her own cabaret and just being like, hello, I don't know.
I
Like,
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God, that's so
and
great.
like discussing about death and how it affects us all and how we don't. It's still kind of taboo, and,
Right.
you know, but sexy at the same time.
Death is so
Yeah,
essential.
Yeah.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
What? Oh, when's your birthday? What's your sign?
August 10th, I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo.
Oh.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Cool. So you can definitely follow Adrian. We'll tag her on all our posts, but you can follow us at Witchcast Podcast on Instagram. And of course, you can like our Facebook page. Email us at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com if you have any thing
Thoughts,
you want to,
questions, concerns,
if you want to,
praise,
yeah,
especially
pitch us something.
praise.
Yes.
Especially praise. And speaking of, please rate and review and subscribe on iTunes.
Give us 5 stars.
Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate it. And it helps us become more searchable for other people.
Yeah.
So we can spread the good witchy word.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Heck
yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm gonna put my cookie down. It's very it coats the mouth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It feels like it's hugging my mouth. I like it a lot.
I know.
That's why I like carbs. It's really the mouth feel.
Yeah, I get that.
I really
feel
just like
it
soft, chewy.
Seeping
yeah.
into your gland, like your taste buds,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're
It's
like, oh,
It's
yes.
like eating a pillow.
Yeah, and then it sits inside you really nice.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, unless it's
Like
like
those,
rice cakes where it just expands into
Yeah.
a hard rock, like
Yeah,
I
but
found
that's
out on
good,
Friday
too.
night.
It's good in a different way.
Yeah, it hurt so good. As the song says.
Mm.